Zodiac, Facebookers, YouTubers. Welcome to my channel, Fundy Fortunes. I am Natalie, and I am an empath and an intuitive card reader. And today I'm here to cover and do a daily reading for tomorrow, which is June the 7th, 2017. And this is a general reading for all 12 signs of the Zodiac. So, let's get right to it. No beating around the bush here. The first card that I drew for you is a 3-card draw with a significator draw from a different deck at the end of the reading. And what I've drawn is the Hermit, and he's all about contemplation. Okay? Important time for quiet reflection, study, absorb things that have happened lately. Welcome this retreat rather than feel lonely. Know that your inner light guides you. You won't be alone forever. Put distance away from overwhelming relationships. The advice of this card: do not resist being alone. This is a time for healing, contemplation. To find the answers that you need to know yourself on a deeper level. And the key words for this are thought, retreat, travel, inner journey, solitude. Okay, that seems like a little bit heavy for a reading that's done on Monday for Tuesday. All right. So the next card that I pulled for you is the King of the Ocean. And the King of the Ocean is all about order, traditional values, and order. If chaos has ruled recently, order and balance will be restored. If boundaries have been crossed, your territory will be restored. He brings an end to disputes. Home and work becomes more organized. The advice of this card: it's time to get to work. Straighten out your finances. Get your home in order. Take control of your assets. You have the power, all signs of the Zodiac. Keywords are focus, protection, wisdom, intuitiveness, and boundaries. Your third card was the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups represent boredom. Well, after all that chaos and boundaries being crossed, I think a little boredom would almost be welcome. Okay. The advice of this card is to look for inspiration, renew your faith in life, and it'll bring you what you need. When the Four arrives, you're looking better. You're feeling dissatisfied and no belief of a better love or job. Retreat into yourself until you straighten that out and you find the hope and the belief that it's there. We all get a bitter taste in our mouth when things don't go properly, and they don't go the way we wish, and they don't go the way we want. The keywords for this card are stagnant, despondent, disillusionment. You go into self-protection and need for change, rigidity, and stubbornness. Okay, so some of you have had a reality check. I feel to say this. All right, all signs of the Zodiac. This is for some, not for all. Remember, this is a general reading. Some of you recently have gone through some cross boundaries. Some of you have been disillusioned by the people around you, not everybody. There's a chosen few that maybe you let in just a bit too close. A little bit too close for comfort. All based on trust. Don't, you can go into yourself, and I think at this point I feel to say that maybe you should. You need to take an afternoon or a morning or an evening and close everything else and everybody else out. Because of what you've been through recently, you need time alone to digest this. You need time to compartmentalize what's happened. It's like, you feel hurt by the world, but it wasn't the whole world that hurt you. It wasn't the whole world that double-crossed you. It wasn't the whole world that crossed boundaries that should have never been crossed. All right? It wasn't the whole world that may have broken your heart. It wasn't. You got to go off to the side, close all your doors and your windows, pull the drapes. You need to sit back in quiet reflection to put everything where it's supposed to be, where it needs to be. Realistic. You need to look at everything in a very realistic point of view. This is vital for you to find your footing again. Take a deep breath after you've gone through all that and go, okay, this is a good thing. This is this is a good thing, because before I got in too deep with certain people that cross these lines into my life, I got to throw this out there. There's so many people out there that are like that, but thank goodness they're few and far between. Most people respect each other's boundaries in their business, and they keep their nose to themselves. It's pretty simple. And thank goodness. But we're all, as long as you live and breathe, there's this, here we go with the balance. I'm all about balance, but you're going to have the good with the bad and good and evil and all that good stuff and all that bad stuff. As long as you live and breathe and you're out there in the world every day, you're exposed to people that are like that. People that are self-centered and selfish. And they think they're the most wonderful people of all, because some fool in their background told them they were just great and wonderful and they could have whatever they wanted in life, no matter what they had to do to get it. Well, here's a wake-up call. For those people of you that happen to be listening to this, whoever told you that lied. You're no better and you're no worse than the rest of us are. Work your ass off to get what you want. You don't walk in and cross people's boundaries, and you don't take what isn't yours and what you did not work for. There. That's for the few that may be watching. And send all the nasty comments you want, because I take you on in a heartbeat, because that's a fact of life. Okay? And anybody to send a nasty comment, you're one of them. I dare you, because the other viewers would be all over you in a heartbeat, all right? The other viewers would be the people that work their asses off to get where they are, to get what they want out of life, and then the slime balls come in and think they can just take it all. Not that I have even been through anything like this recently. I'm an empath. I feel this going on out there right now very strongly. And people like that, don't listen. Good people, do not give anybody like that a second chance. Because if you do, here's what will happen. They're not sorry. They're not full of regret. So you say, okay, I'll give them one more chance. And you know what will happen? They'll sting you even worse. They will clean you out the second time around. And there's the hard reality of that, all right? They will clean you out. You think you got burnt this time around. You ain't seen nothing yet if you give these people a second chance. There's the problem with letting people into your life if you let them in too close and tell them too much. Your financial situation, your job, how much you make, what your income is, and all that stuff. Don't announce it to the world. Don't do that, okay? Some of you that are watching this may be really, really young, and honest from the bottom of my heart, don't do that. The way I was brought up and the era I came up with, there were three things you didn't talk about: religion, politics, and financial income. You didn't talk about your money. You didn't talk about your belief on politics or your belief in religion. These are things that are not safe subjects, all right? These are things you keep to yourself. These are golden rules. Follow them, and you'll be protected. You can kind of like go through your days like this without too many bumps. That's my advice to you. That's outside of the cards. It's for you that are watching. It's got nothing to do with the cards here. My advice to the young people: keep your personal business to yourself. I'm being nice to say, don't leave bank books laying around. Anything with financial documentation, don't leave lying around your little apartment or your room or wherever you may live when you have a lot of friends and things. People are going to pick that up when you go to the bathroom, you go to make a cup of coffee, tea, or make some iced tea, or bring back drinks, and you have to leave that room for a moment. Somebody's going to pick that up and read it, and it could be the wrong person. Once they know it, it's like somebody checking out your medicine cabinet. Maybe someone used to be into drugs and drug habit, and they're like rifling through all your pills to see if you have any sedatives or oxys or anything like that. There's certain things you don't leave out for just anybody to see. Some of you have had your lines crossed back to the cards. Some of you are blown away and feeling disillusioned. You're blown away. Who would do this to me, is what you're saying. Some of you are saying, I live by hard, fast rules, and I walk the straight and narrow. How could something go so wrong? How could somebody come along and do that to me? Am I naive? It's not that. Am I trusting? Too trusting? It's not that either. You happen to be at the wrong place at the right time for somebody moving in for the kill. Okay? Heartbreak, that happens. If this is about heartbreak for some of you, and some of you it is, Big time disillusionment. Big time retreating into that shell. Really big. Huge. Wounds that are open and festering. And you've gone inside yourself. And you've separated yourself. And you know what? You need to do that. That's a good idea. You need to get into a place in your head. And everybody comes. You have to believe that everybody comes into your life for a reason. Even if you think this is the one. Doesn't mean that it is. It's just the one of many yet to come. Okay? Heartbreak. The day will come. I'm not saying get over it in a week, because you won't. The day will come when you'll look back and it'll be a memory and it won't hurt so bad to remember it. That is the truth. Time, it's like when someone is grieving from a death, time doesn't make it go away. All the time does is that it makes it easier to deal with. After a while, you get better at dealing with it, is what I'm trying to say. You yourself get better at dealing with it, that which is overwhelming you maybe today and right now. Completely overwhelmed, completely heart busted open. Everything pouring forward, trying to get a grip, trying to get some solid ground under your feet, and that's not easy to come by if you're feeling very hurt. Disillusioned is a big word. It means a lot. Disillusion is, how did this happen? Completely feeling completely lost. And what was different yesterday doesn't even resemble today. Your life may not resemble what it was yesterday because of things that have come along, things that have happened. People may have died. There have been breakups. There have been people crossing each other, stabbing each other in the back, metaphorically, of course. Um, and what a shame that some of you have had that innocence robbed away from you. You were innocent on right up to yesterday. And today, somebody has peeled off a piece of skin off your back and left it raw and festering. Um, and it hurts and stings, and you can't stand for the pain. You're overwhelmed. Some of you, this is deep stuff. Some of you, this is overwhelmed. Okay? If it hasn't happened yesterday or today, you may be going through this tomorrow. For those of you that have been there and done that before, put your crash helmets on. Put your safety vest on. Fasten the seatbelt. Because some of you may have this coming through again tomorrow over things that have happened today. All right? Um, here's the card that I picked for the significator. And it is the Page of Cups. And this is your Page of Cups. This comes out of the other tarot deck that I recently purchased at the same time that I purchased, which I didn't show you yet. We tarot readers, we may not always remember, but these are our tools. We're not the designer of them. We like to give credit where it's due. My main one is the Oceanic Tarot deck by Jane Wallace. Okay, they were designed by her, and they belong to her. She's the captain of this ship. I don't know her. No. But how fitting was this for my channel and my website, my little business here at home, Bay of Fundy Fortunes, because I live on the Bay of Fundy. All right. This one is called Simply Tarot. Simply Tarot. And if I can just, there we go. And I'll just very quickly give credit to who it's due before I continue on with the meaning of the card. That's a little backwards. It is written by Bridget Reed, and card illustrations were created by Colin Howard. All right. So, here we are. The Four Cups. This is what I call the significator, and it's significant to the overall reading for tomorrow. And, my glasses. You know, I don't, well, that wasn't good. Excuse me. I dropped them. I don't wear glasses all the time. These are these cheap reading glasses. Because stuff happens when we get it. All right. The Page of Cups. Yes. Okay. This card stands for romance, deep feeling, and an inner life. In readings, the Page of Cups suggests that an opening may appear that stirs your emotions, pulls at your heartstrings, or bring you great joy. And when you see such a chance, act on it. The page is rooted in a world of inner images, fantasy, and creative ideas. Well, so what does that all mean for the page? And what does that mean for you? Some of you are going to bounce back quicker than you thought from that broken heart. The person you thought was it yesterday and today, not tomorrow, not at all. Look at this card. The significator for the overall reading means a lighter heart for some of you. Okay. You know, the funny thing with life is that somebody can come into your life. So you'd be standing in line at a grocery store. It could be at if you're in Canada, your local Tim Hortons coffee shop. Standing in line for coffee, sitting at a table, having a coffee at a counter, and somebody else comes along. Maybe they're a regular, like you are, but you've never seen them before. Somebody new has moved into the neighborhood, and while you're sitting, nursing your Timmy's coffee, staring out the window at the traffic going by, retreated into yourself, and all of a sudden you're in one world, and the next thing you know, you're suddenly in another world. But someone has caught your eye. There's been a pheromone thing fly through, and it has hit you right here. And there could be some confusion because literally 30 seconds ago, before they walked through the door, you were metaphorically in yourself, licking your wounds and saying, woe is me, why did this happen? You know what? Maybe it happened so you can meet this guy or girl. Maybe that's why. Because there's better there for you. There's better out there waiting for you. There's always going to be better things than where we were yesterday or today. That's something to get excited about. Rebound. Some people are going to, because I hear that coming back at me, people are going to be thinking, geez, Natalie, that's a rebound situation. You know what? I've seen rebounds turn into much more. I've seen what others may call rebounds wasn't a rebound at all. This person was waiting. They didn't even know. They didn't even know. They had no idea. This is the person that you're meant to see. This is the person you're meant to be with. This is the person you're meant to deal with. Just that simple. Sometimes bad things have to happen to good people to move the badness out, to move the unagreeable out. And you know what? For some of you, you can say, well, the person I was with wasn't a bad person. They just weren't meant for you. This is not what's been planned for your life. They were meant to be there for a short time. Not a long time. They just weren't. It's just the way it is. Life is tough that way. And that's for those of you that are just starting out in the romance of life. For the younger viewers, this is for you. This is what's coming. The rest of you, I don't care if you're 60 years old, we're always going to go through things that we become disillusioned. Especially the older we get that know all that too. I've been there and I've done that. Nobody can pull the blinders over my eyes. But the minute you start believing that, you better sit back and get ready because it's coming for you. Because yes, it can still happen. What else can still happen if you're in your 60s or older or wherever you are, if you're an older person? You can still fall in love. I've been hearing a lot of that lately. People in nursing homes starting new destinations together. I have met two wheelchairs passing in the night, in the quiet of the halls, and pheromones are going off at 70 and 80 years old. It never ends, people. I'm here to tell you, no matter how old you are, we can all have the ability to make each other feel like we're 16 all over again. And that's the bottom line. Oh, yeah, you young crowds going, ew, that's gross. Guess what? Enjoy where you are while you can. Because old age is coming. It's coming for me. It's coming for everybody I know. And it's coming for you. We all grow. It doesn't mean we can't be hurt or have our hearts broken or have somebody rip us off or cross boundaries. I think the older we get and the more we go around, the more we come back to where we were. I wonder that at times myself. Anyways, we've gone into 20 minutes and 13 seconds here for a daily focus. This was for all signs of the zodiac, all of you. And some of this will resonate with you on a personal level. Some of it won't at all. This is for tomorrow, June the 7th, 2016. Look at that. Today I'm looking at the calendar on my computer. 6/6/2016. Um, I'm not even going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole. I'll tell you what, if you like this video, please click like down below. Share it with Facebook and Twitter and all your friends. Click that share button and everything else drops out below it with the blog and the Facebook and all that good stuff. I'm on Facebook as well. I have my own site as well, www.fundyfortunes.blogspot.ca. You can visit me there. Everything becomes a little redundant because whatever gets done on YouTube gets posted there as well. And you can go to my Facebook page as well. If you'd like to talk or chat or leave a comment, please leave it comments even down below if you want to do that. I'm open to comments. Just don't get nasty with me because I'll shut you right off if you do. I don't suffer no fools, all right? People hiding behind their computer. Not that this has happened to me since my YouTube channel, but this is the first time for everything. And I figure it's coming. All right, so that being said, I find everybody to be very nice and very forthcoming. If you just click subscribe, the little red button down there, way down here, that little red button says subscribe. The subscriptions are free. All it means is that next time I post a video, if you like this one, it'll alert you by your email saying, you know, Bay of Fundy Fortunes has posted a new video. That way you won't miss anything. And if you like this and if you want, like this is a general reading, so if you want a personal reading, I do provide those as well. Okay, I put everything and I record it on video. Then you give in a link. I'm not doing the emails anymore with the videos. 2 hours to send out one video is crazy when I'm doing the personal readings. I'm not doing that anymore. From now on, you'll be given a link, and it'll be private. And once you get your reading, it gets sent, and you click that link that I send to you. It takes you into your own private little world to sit and watch the video as often as you want on your private reading. So that's the way we're doing that. I am going to wish you goodbye for now, and I don't know if you could hear any of that surf coming in. We've got a surf with attitude here today. I tell you, Tony, what do you think? um, anyways, it's a surf with attitude, tides coming in and all that. And I hope you got to hear some of that. That's why I live where I live. Anyway, my dear 12 signs of the zodiac, I hope you come back tomorrow. I'll post another video. Just subscribe. It'll let you know. Because if I miss a day, you won't get the notifications. And it happens. Sometimes I miss a day. But I do my best to be on here at least once a day to kind of guide you through for those of you that count on it. From the bottom of my heart to the bottom of yours, I wish you a good day tomorrow on June 7th, 2016. Hope to hear from you and hope to see you all back here real soon. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.